Alright guys, my name is Josh Nordick and I'm going to be doing my presentation on Ram trucks, and I'm going to emphasize on their farmer campaign that they did in 2013 that was called the Year of the Farmer. A little bit about Ram trucks. They separated from Dodge in 2009 and they sell, market, and produce trucks, vans, and utility vehicles. Their best seller is the Ram 1500, which comes in many different editions with different packages, different interior, a little bit different look to them. And they also make a few other utility vehicles and vans and trucks. Here's a few awards they've won over the past few years. In 2013, they were named the fastest growing truck brand in America. In 2015, the Ram 1500 was named one of the top 15 family cars. And in 2016, the Ram 1500 was named the 2016 Truck of Texas. A little bit about their social media presence. They have 1.83 million likes on Facebook, and they have 263,000 followers on Twitter. I follow their Facebook and their Twitter, and I must say they do a great job of keeping up with the trends of social media. They do a good job of keeping fresh, enjoyable, relatable content. They post every couple days, if not every day, and I really like their social media presence. It's very interesting, and I find myself really enjoying what they have to put on their page. Their campaign, as I said, it started in 2013 and it was called the Year of the Farmer. From 2010 to 2013, Dodge realized that they were getting beat on many levels by their competition, especially Ford and Chevy. They knew they were getting beat in sales. Their marketing campaigns were not up to date. They were getting beat by their marketing, and their quality of their product was not up to par compared to their competitors. So they created this campaign to try to boost their sales and also reach out with a community that no one was really targeting as much, which was the farmers. And they did that by creating a $15 million commercial that they played in the 2013 Super Bowl, which I'm going to show you now. If it'll load here. Alright, a little bit about this video before we start. As I said, it played in the 2013 Super Bowl, and it was that year my favorite commercial, and to this day it is still my favorite commercial I've ever seen, let alone with the Super Bowl. And in the background you're going to hear a voice who is Paul Harvey, and he created this, what you're going to hear in the background. It was called So God Made a Farmer, and he is the voice you're going to hear in the background of this commercial, and he made this piece called So God Made a Farmer in 1987.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody willing to sit up all night with a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say, maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire, who can make harness out of hay, wire, feed sacks, and shoe scraps. Who planting time and harvest season will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, and then painting from tractor back put in another 72 hours. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to yean lambs and wean pigs and tend the pink-combed pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. So God made a farmer. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners. Somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk. Somebody who'd bale a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing. Who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says that he wants to spend his life doing what Dad does. So God made a farmer.
All right, so that was the commercial that they aired at the Super Bowl in 2013. And as I said, Paul Harvey was the individual who wrote the piece that was played in the background. He recorded that in 1987. I really like this campaign for a few reasons. The first, that saying from Paul Harvey was right at my grandpa's funeral, so that kind of hit home with me. Um, I also grew up in a farm town, and farming is a big part of my life, so I really related to that. And I also like it just because of the simplicity of it. It's simply pictures set to Paul Harvey's voice. It wasn't, an extreme amount of money to produce. I mean, it costs a lot of money just to get airtime, but it was a rather simple commercial with a very straightforward campaign. And I really enjoyed it. As I said, it's my favorite commercial, and a lot of other people thought that too. As of today, that commercial on YouTube has 19.5 million views. Some other efforts that they did in this campaign, the Year of the Farmer. They donated $1 million to the Future Farmers of America, better known as the FFA, during this campaign. They had an extremely strong presence on social media pushing this campaign. An example of this was on Twitter. They used the hashtag Keep Plowing, and that had a very strong reaction from individuals. A lot of people use that hashtag, and their other social media platforms, such as Facebook, really emphasized farming that year. They had a lot of pictures that were very relatable to farmers, and they did a great job of sticking to their campaign efforts throughout the year and not deviating from where they were trying to go. They also partnered with the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association that year. Um, they also sponsored Longmire, which is a TV show, and they also sponsored the Country Music Awards that year. They partnered with Easton Corbin in 2013, who was a country singer, and that's him below, pictured with his brand new Ram truck. And they also partnered with Farms.com. The results of that campaign were absolutely phenomenal as far as I'm concerned. This is a picture taken from Twitter feed that Dodge took right after the commercial, and there's a lot of very strong reaction from the community once they've seen that commercial. One of them reads, "No matter what you drive or color of equipment you prefer, what Dodge did for agriculture was fantastic. Need more of that everywhere." Another individual wrote, "I'm a Chevy guy at heart, but now Dodge trucks are looking pretty good. Thank you, Dodge, for supporting farmers." So they really hit a home run with the farmers. Farmers really bought into this, and it really kind of opened their eyes. There's a lot of stories online of guys who were Chevy or Ford who literally switched to Dodge as soon as that, or excuse me, to Ram as soon as that commercial aired. There's a lot of stories of people who immediately said, I'm a Ford guy now," and they had a very strong reaction from that. The results continued. They had their best sales since 2007. Their sales increased by 6% after this campaign. They were named National Ag Marketing Association Best of Show for the Ram campaign, especially their commercial. And they were voted the best Super Bowl commercial of 2013 by many different multiple sources. So here's my essay questions. Before I read those, I just want to go over what I talked about. This commercial was extremely successful. It's something, in my opinion, because of the industry. It takes a while to really measure your success. It's not like a need that people are buying multiple times a year. Most individuals will not buy a truck more than every couple years, if that. So it's something that is kind of hard to measure compared to different campaigns that I'm sure people will be posting about, just for the fact that not everyone's going to see that commercial and go buy a new $50,000 truck. Um, so it'll be interesting to see, in my opinion, where they're going to go over the next couple of years. Their sales have been up since this, but I believe that's because they've just spent more money on R&D and their marketing and stuff like that. It was a great commercial, my favorite one, and their campaign really hit home with the farmers. And I read an article too about individuals who weren't related to farming in any source, and they really thought it was great. It brought um, a lot of attention to the farming community. And one guy said, "Everyone roots for the farmers. most farmers aren't disliked. In every family tree, you know your grandpa, your uncle, or someone at one point in time farmed. So it's kind of um, a win-win for Ram, because they're obviously going to get slam dunked with the farming community, which they did, and they're going to get a strong reaction from everyone just because of the quality of their campaign and the good they did to give support to farmers and show that they're caring for them. And my last point is, I think it was a very good job by Ram, because they've really emphasized that, not only farming but just outdoors in general. I'm a big time deer hunter and outdoorsman, and one of my favorite TV shows is called Jury Outdoors. It's a professional deer hunting show, and Ram is actually sponsored with them. And there's multiple other um, individuals in the hunting world or outdoor world that have sponsored with Ram since then. And if you go on, I encourage you to go on their Facebook page and look at their posts from the last couple years. And pretty much all their posts are going to have some sort of farming relation or something with the outdoors, perhaps hunting. For a lot of the other competition, an example of Ford, doesn't really focus on that. So Dodge did a great job of, Ram. I've said that a few times now. I'm sorry. Ram trucks have done a great job of kind of finding someone that they can target, who they'll have a lot of success with, that hasn't really been touched yet. So they did a great job with their campaign called "The Year of the Farmer." So here's my essay questions. Question one was, whose famous voice was behind the "So God Made a Farmer"? And that was Paul Harvey. On the next slide, I'll have his name spelled out. Paul Harvey was the individual who wrote that piece in 1987, and that was the voice that was played in the background. And question number two was, what does FFA stand for? And that is Future Farmers of America. And as I said earlier, Ram donated $1 million that year to Future Farmers of America, and that got a lot of support from a lot of people, because it's a great organization. It keeps farming going. It helps individuals at a young age learn more about farming and practice their farming, and it had a lot of success because of that. So here are my two essay answers. As I said, Paul Harvey, and FFA stands for Future Farmers of America. Um, Hope you guys like my presentation. I encourage you to do some research on Ram and just see what they have to offer. I like Ram a lot. I drive a Ram, and like I said, I really enjoy their social media content. It really strikes home with me because of the farming and because of the outdoors, which I like to do. So I really like them, and I can just about guarantee the next truck I buy will be a Ram, if they keep going with how they are in their campaigns. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.